I'm Marty Bonick. I'm the CEO for Ardent Health Services based in Nashville, Tennessee.
All right, so I'm going to start out, we're talking to people about mentorship in medicine, and, title of the podcast is You Can't Do It Alone. And I'm wondering, for you, what is it that makes a good mentor?
A good mentor is somebody that can speak the truth to you, even if it's not what you want to hear, and really help you to self-reflect. It's not somebody telling you what to do, but really helping you to think about what to do.
Are you speaking from experience? I mean, have you had a good mentoring relationship?
I have. I've been fortunate from early in my career to have mentors that have been with me both early in my career and still with me today.
Yeah. Is there any advice from those mentors that you find that you now share as you're mentoring others?
One of my first mentors was my preceptor, Jim Harvey, the late Jim Harvey. He was the long-term CEO of Hillcrest Medical Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and became chairman emeritus of the system, seeing us through a sale that ultimately Ardent purchased that system back when I was early in my administrative career. But Jim had a number of pearls of wisdom he imparted upon me back in the day. But one of them that's been, I think, particularly germane in the times that we're living in is just always do the right thing. And it sounds simple, but his point in that, and often his points were simple but profound, there's so many temptations these days to cut corners, to look for the easy way out, to make the quick buck. So, we're dealing with people's lives in healthcare, and there's not always an easy solution. And we've got, as leaders, to have to make the hard decisions sometimes, and sometimes the right thing isn't the easy thing. And if you just look around at what's going around the world right now, and some high-profile names and high-profile companies that have done things that were financially or morally or ethically wrong and are now being fined, imprisoned, put tons of people at risk, you can see just how this plays out. And the temptation to make your numbers or to please investors or stakeholders or what have you is always going to be there. But Jim really imparted upon me, always do the right thing. Do the right thing for the people, the people you're caring for. And that may not be always in your personal best interest, that may not be in the organization's best interest, but always do the right thing regardless.
You were talking about a good mentor being somebody who can kind of speak the truth in love or something like that. I mean, do you think people get that wrong about a mentor, thinking that this is supposed to be their cheerleader or something like that?
I think it can, and I think you have to have a relationship where you're in a mindset to receive that advice and to be able to process it. But again, it's in my opinion, it's somebody that's really helping to challenge you to be a better person, to think about how to be more personally effective in what you do. And it's somebody that has that patience, that wisdom, somebody that's been there before, and is willing to pour into you. And a lot of times it's a selfless act, just trying to help other people succeed and do the right things in their career.
Yeah. While it might be selfless in its way, I wonder what you would say a mentor gets out of the relationship, or if it's working well, what they could get out of it.
Oh, I mean, I've got several people in our organization and in my life that I feel, I always think that I'm still always in learning mode and, have so much to learn and grow from. But there are people that I know in my life that are younger and coming up in their careers and try to pour back into them. And it's nice to see how the words and the relationship that you can have with somebody can help them in their career development and their personal development. And so I think that there is a personal fulfillment that comes out of that, whether or not it's a business applicability is separate, but from a personal, knowing that you're doing good and trying to help others just as others helped you to get to where you're at in your career.
Yeah. I had the good fortune to have a moment to prepare for this, and what did I do? I listened to podcasts about mentorship. But one of the things that I guess makes sense to me, but I didn't know much about, was called reverse mentoring, where executives will essentially have a mentor who is several rungs down, so they can learn from them. And I wonder what you think the opportunity is there, that at some level, you become removed from a lot of the issues in a company.
I have not heard that term, but I can relate to it, and I can think through a person that I work with, and I think he would say I'm a mentor of his. But it does work both ways. You've got somebody that's looking at the world from a different lens, looking at the organization from a different lens, and also if you invite that openness, that vulnerability, you can create the opportunity to hear feedback yourself as well. So I think that's a great concept that I hadn't really contemplated before, but I can definitely see how that relates back.
was new to me too. Talk to me a little bit about, when I think there are folks, especially who are strivers, who are high achievers, who might even see trying to seek out mentorship as a sign of weakness, even. But they think I can do this on my own. What would you say to someone who kind of feels, I don't need somebody to show me the way. I'm a trailblazer.
Mm-hmm. I think that we can all learn from somebody, and if you think you can do it on your own, you may be right, but I think you can often be better. When you've got other voices that are helping you give other perspectives, we all can, get focused on our pursuits, our passions, our goals, and have blinders, and you don't realize that you always have those blind spots out there, and I think a good mentor can help round that out. And again, it's not somebody telling you how to do something or what to do necessarily, but helping you where you can't see around the corner, and have those opportunities to build that into your mind view about where you're trying to go. When I think about the mentors that I've had in my career, again, they were not necessarily sought out to be mentors. They were relationships that developed, and you can realize that that's ultimately what they're trying to do is to help you, and again, not tell you what to do. So again, if you can keep your mind open to the fact that you don't know it all and nobody knows it all, then it just helps you to build out a more informed worldview about whatever it is that you're seeking to achieve. Marty
Bonick, President and CEO of Ardent Health Services. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wellvana is more than just a smart tech platform. We're a high-touch partner who shoulders the burden of moving physicians, health systems, and payers to value-based care, because you can't do it alone. See what life-changing could look like for you at wellvana.com. Your patients will thank you.